So this can be a generally 1 marks question also, that what were factories. So wherever the companies from these countries came to India, they used to establish their base in India. Those centers, okay, were called factories. And why were those centers called factories? Not because something was produced there, but because the officials of the companies were called factors. That means the head of these companies or the official workers of these companies were called factors. So that is why their centers were called factories, and not because anything was actually produced there. The factories consisted of offices, godowns. Most of them had the house of the officials and residential quarters for the merchants and traders who came for trade. Over time, some factories were fortified. So basically, for all these companies who came to India, they established their base. So within that centers, जो भी वो centers यहाँ पे establish करते थे, जिसे हम factories बोलते हैं, so they had their space for living. Okay, they used to have offices to work, they used to have godowns to store, they used to have official buildings as well as residential quarters where merchants and traders used to stay and do trading. And also over some period of time, factories were fortified. So let's suppose a company, okay, squares are representing Portuguese. So any Portuguese company came here, let's suppose in Goa, they established here. Okay, so here after a period of time they started fortifying their centers. Fortification means basically to give boundaries or to give protection. Let's suppose I am staying here, so I might create a wall here that this is my area, fortify it so that it can represent a certain sense of security. Okay, now there is a question, why did the companies prefer the coast to set up their trading centers? So why did they prefer coastal areas? Because it was easy to move from there, to do trading from there. Okay, see the map on page 11 and name the places where the English, French, Portuguese, Dutch and the Danes set up their factories. This you can look at the map and you can find out different companies from English, French, Portuguese, Dutch. Okay, now let us start with trade rivalries. So after some time, since so many companies from different countries were coming and trading in India altogether, so after a certain time, competition among these trading companies got really, you can say, brutal, or there was a sense of enmity or rivalry. The presence of numerous trading companies vying for goods such as spices, and in spices also pepper, cloves, cardamom, cinnamon, cotton, silk, indigo, saltpetre and so on, led to intense rivalry among them. So if there is a question that what all products did or goods these companies used to trade in, okay, they used to trade for spices, and in spices also we had pepper, cloves, cardamom, cinnamon and cotton, silk, indigo. Indigo is basically a blue color plant, okay, which used to give a very rich blue color. So that rich blue color was used to dye, okay, dye clothes and other amount of things. And vying means to compete. Okay, see here, vying, compete with someone in order to do or achieve something. So these companies, now since these companies were numerous, so these started having a good amount of competition among themselves in trading. All of them wanted to buy these goods at low prices in India and sell them at a very high prices elsewhere, particularly in Europe. So what was the motive? They wanted to buy all these kinds of goods from India and sell it in other countries, and especially in the European countries. Since profits from trade were huge, each European country vied for a greater share of this trade. However, the quantum of trade was not sufficient to sustain all the companies. Little by little, the profit earned by them began to shrink. The only way to increase profit was eliminating competitors and ensuring a trade monopoly. Now what happened, how did competition was already there because so many trading companies were there. Now each and every country wanted major share of trade, because in that trade they used to earn a lot of profit. So slowly and steadily, if India is giving so many goods and services, see, if there is only one company, so now initially India can give all whatever amount of trade or goods this company wants. Okay, now there is another country, one more country, company. So now all those things that one company was taking, now this is divided. So profit is also divided. Okay, so this means slowly and steadily profit got shrink and reduced. Okay, profit अब कम होने लग गया, and the only way to increase profit was eliminating competitors. Now these companies thought that only way we can increase our profit is that we eliminate, हम कुछ ऐसा करें कि हमारे जो दूसरे कंपनीज हैं, जो हमारे कॉम्पिटिटर्स हैं, वो हट जाए इस ट्रेडिंग occupation से, and ensure a trade monopoly. Okay, now what is monopoly? Mono means one. So in anything while trading you have a single control is called monopoly. Like if for example I am trading in spices, okay, so I have monopoly in spices when only my spices are available. Okay, no other company is there in competition, so that is called monopoly. So they thought two reasons are enough to again get more profit. Initially one company was getting more profit, later when companies increased, then the profit was getting reduced. Okay, so they thought either one way to regain profit is to eliminate the competitors, and how will one eliminate the competitors? By establishing monopoly, that ऐसा क्या हो सिर्फ एक ही कंपनी के spices या any other product like cotton, silk or indigo is being traded or is being sell out or imported and exported to other countries. Okay,